Hi my friends, what is up? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Ruby, I live in New York City, and this is my lifestyle channel. What else can I tell you? Any fun facts? Obviously I'm a content creator, I'm an actor, I'm a fitness coach, I'm recently engaged. I post videos here once a week, every single Sunday, and I also post daily content over on my TikTok. So definitely be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, as well as follow me over on TikTok. I thought we could do a little current favorites video. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've done one here on the channel. Today's video is going to specifically cover everything kind of like beauty related. So we have makeup, skincare, hair care, perfume, and then next week, maybe like the week after, I'm going to film a like current lifestyle favorites. That's going to kind of like encompass everything else. Fashion, fitness, home, just general kind of like lifestyle items. I felt like if I included it all in one video, it was gonna be like 2 hours long, so I figured we would just start with the beauty category today. I will have links for everything listed down below, and without further ado, let's just get into it. By the way, for those who are wondering, my necklace is actually part of a set. It's from Madewell, and then my shirt is from TJ Maxx. It's like this fun kind of like corduroy material. It's like a shacket, so you can either wear it as a shirt or a jacket. Kind of a little 2-for-1 thing. I really dig it. Let's just jump into skincare first. I feel like that's always a good place to start, right? This is the eye cream that I have just been completely obsessing over. It is so good. It's from Paula's Choice. This is the C5 Super Boost Eye Cream. Here is what the packaging looks like. Ignore kind of the gross cap. It has 5% vitamin C. It's also made with hyaluronic acid and polypeptide. It says that it's suitable for all skin types, and it smooths, firms, and brightens dullness. This stuff is so good. It is so moisturizing. You only need like the tiniest little bit for it to make such a difference. I use it both day and night. It is a beautiful base for your under eye concealer, makeup that goes underneath your eyes. It's moisturizing, but it's not greasy. It also hasn't caused any sort of like texture underneath my eyes or milia to flare up. Certain eye creams will definitely do that to me. Paula's Choice, I feel like there is not a single product that has not worked for me and hasn't done what it's promised to do. This is truly just so incredible. Not sponsored. I'm genuinely just in love. I did actually receive this in PR, but I've already ordered a backup for myself with my own money. I've already talked about this next product on TikTok. I think I might have also mentioned it here on my channel as well. These face self-tanning drops. Oh my god. So it's from the brand Luna Bronze, and this is the Goodnight Face Bronzing Serum. It's very similar usage-wise to the Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops. You mix in a few drops with your moisturizer, although I think this serum you can technically not even mix into your moisturizer. Yeah, it says you can actually just apply it straight to your face. I find though that for like the most seamless application to mix it in with your moisturizer. Anyways, then you apply it, you sleep, you wake up, you have the most beautiful glowy bronze skin. First of all, there is like literally no scent with this. If you are somebody who's very sensitive to the smell of like self-tanning products, this has zero fragrance. It doesn't break you out, it doesn't clog your pores, and this gives you the most natural looking tan. It is almost impossible to overuse this product. Even if you go in with like 10 drops, it still looks so natural and just like you just got back from vacation. Especially as the warmer weather is starting to roll around, I just feel like a tan really kind of completes the look, completes the vibes. So during this time of year, spring leading into summer, I definitely start to kind of pull out the self-tanning products again. I guess this next product I could have either put in makeup or skincare category-wise, but I really do feel like at the end of the day, it's like a skincare product through and through. This is from Saie Beauty, and this is the Sun Visor Broad Spectrum SPF 35 Radiant Moisturizer. You guys know my love for Saie Beauty. They're one of the most incredible brands. They're also one of the first brands to really kind of invite me into like their influencer space. I have a very special place in my heart for them for so many reasons, including the sunscreen. It does not matter what time of year it is. It is SPF all day, every day, whether it's the dead of winter or the middle of the summer. However, now that it's spring, rolling into summer, I'm definitely like more into the dewy, glowy makeup as we all are. So I have specifically been reaching for this sunscreen a lot. This sunscreen is truly, like exactly as the name says, it is a moisturizer with SPF. On the days that I use this sunscreen, I really don't go into the moisturizer beforehand. Otherwise, it's a little bit too much for me because this on its own is so incredibly hydrating. It's beautiful underneath makeup. It's beautiful on days that I'm not wearing makeup. It just gives your skin the most beautiful, luminous glow and just kind of brings an overall like evenness to the skin. It doesn't really have coverage, it just gives you glow. Okay, and the last skincare product, which I was like not hesitant to include, but at first I was like, I don't know, because it definitely isn't a product that's for everybody, but I guess the reason why it's my favorites is because it's things that have been favorites for me. My tretinoin cream prescription. So I've talked a little bit about this here and there, I think on my YouTube channel, but definitely on my TikTok. I started using tretinoin back in December. It was prescribed prescribed to me by my dermatologist. Honestly though, I am so pleased with the results that I've seen from this stuff. I use the 0.025% cream. It's the lowest dose, it's the most gentle, although there is definitely like a period of your skin getting used to this stuff. But I'm truly so happy that I gave this a go. I've been ridiculously happy with the results. I feel like my skin just looks better than it ever has, and I've never been somebody who's suffered with like severe acne or anything like that, but I definitely like am prone to breaking out every now and then, and I feel like even my friends recently have been complimenting me on my skin and like commenting on it. It's an absolute favorite for me. I know it's not like the sexiest product, but it really has made such a difference in my skin. Let's get into hair care next. I definitely have quite a few products to share with you guys. I actually just washed my hair today, so it's nice and fresh. The first product I'm going to share with you all, let me just preface it by saying it is not the cheapest. However, it is so worth it. This is my 4th bottle, and it is completely worth every single dollar. This is from Acton Acre. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I post about this all the time, just because anytime I'm like doing my post-shower routine or styling my hair, I feel like I'm always snapping pictures of the products that I love, and I talk about this constantly. But anyways, this is the Acton Acre Cold Processed Stem Cell Serum. So this is a scalp serum that essentially helps improve the health of your scalp and also hair growth and your hair strength, essentially. Acton Acre is such a fantastic brand. I have been such a fan of them for a while, and then I actually started doing some social media stuff for them. I recently got on their PR list. I went to an influencer event that they were hosting last week. I was truly like, what is my life? This stuff is so good though. You guys know I've always been really big into scalp health and just kind of like preventative hair loss and hair damage help. I just feel like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, taking care of your skin from a young age. If you take care of your scalp, hopefully it will thank you later in the future. So the way that I apply this is I'll use this every time I wash my hair. As soon as I get out of the shower, I'll let it kind of start to air dry just a little bit so that it's not sopping wet. I'll take one full, like, not syringe, but one full dropper, and I will part my hair and just kind of place the serum throughout my scalp. I'll take my hands and then kind of massage it into my scalp, and I'll let it dry. First of all, before I even get into like the results, the feeling of this, it is truly weightless. I've tried so many other scalp serums where they're like, you don't even feel it, it doesn't mess with your hair. It weighs your hair down, it makes your hair get greasy so much faster. This stuff, not at all. It feels like you have nothing in your hair. It doesn't mess with, you know, how oily it gets over time, or, you know, extra like kind of grease buildup. And the results have truly just like spoken for themselves ever since I started using this. Like I said, I think this is my 4th bottle, and I've been using this close to like 8 months now. I have so much new hair growth, particularly right around like the front of my hairline, which is where I'm prone to like hair breakage the most. Just from being a fitness coach, I put my hair up in ponytails and buns a lot, and I feel like I've just seen so much new hair growth, even at like the top of my hair too. I have these little wispy like flyaways, and at first I was so confused. I was like, oh my god, is my hair like breaking off there? I don't understand what I'm doing. And then a friend of mine who's a hairstylist was like, no, that's new hair growth. I truly, like, I cannot say enough about this stuff. Yes, like I said, it is more expensive than like your typical scalp serums and hair care products, but to me it is ridiculously worth it and absolutely deserved a mention in today's video. Speaking of my hair, one of the most frequently asked questions that I get on TikTok and in Instagram DMs is how I get so much volume in my hair. And this next product is what I have to thank for all the volume. I don't even use a lot of it. Like, I hardly used any today when I was styling my hair, and yet I feel like still if I'm to like play with it, it just like keeps growing in the best way. This is the product right here. This is the good stuff. This is the JVN Embody Volumizing Foam. Now again, I did get this in PR. I feel like a couple of these products I did, but just because of my job, because of social media, I feel very lucky. I receive a ton of products in PR to test out and try. I don't necessarily go out and like buy myself a lot because I'm gifted quite a bit, but none of these brands have any idea that I'm like mentioning these products in today's video. They're not paying me to speak about them. They were organic gifted items, and I will absolutely be repurchasing this item with my own money when I run out. I actually already made my sister go buy it for herself because she was looking for a new hair foam, and I was like, this is it. JVN is easily one of my favorite hair care brands. Again, similar to Paula's Choice, everything they come out with is always a 10 out of 10 for me. It always works. It does exactly what it says it's gonna do. I used their deep conditioning mask today in the shower, which, oh my gosh. This foam though, like I said, it gives you so much volume without making your hair feel crunchy, sticky, dry, because in the past I feel like that's what a lot of hair foams have made my hair feel like. It still has so much like movement and it's touchable, but it gives you so much body and so much volume. It smells amazing, and like I said, a little bit goes a long way. I usually use like 1.5 pumps. I think they normally say to use like 2 to 3. For me, I feel like that would be like too much. Literally 1 pump is all you need. Oh, it also smells so good. All their products smell ridiculously good. This also is a non-aerosol foam as well. But yeah, obsessed. Like this, their hair oil, both their hair oils are so good. Their deep conditioning mask, I mean, there's so much that I love from the brand, but this foam today, I was like, oh, this has got to be in the video. The final hair care product that I want to mention, which again is one that is so beloved. This is the Day Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 Styling Cream. This I did not receive in PR. I purchased it with my own money, and this is actually my second time repurchasing this. This stuff is so good. I specifically use this on the days where I'm doing a slick back, ponytail, or bun. It's amazing because it has the hold that you need to do a nice, really sleek, slick look. But it's super hydrating and moisturizing, so I kind of feel like you're giving your hair a little treatment while you're using it. I love the pink packaging. You guys know I'm in my hot pink era right now. It also smells so good. It's very florally and sweet, and it's one of those that does, I find, kind of last in your hair, which I personally definitely do not mind. Yeah, so this is so good, especially as we head into, as I keep saying, like the warmer months here in New York City. I know that I'm going to be wearing my hair up and back a lot, so we're going to be using this product quite a bit. I have one kind of body care product, if you will, and then I do have some perfume to talk about. This hand cream, oh my gosh, this hand cream. Okay, this is why like I needed to do a current favorites video for you guys, because everything I'm talking about today is so freaking good. I couldn't go any longer without sharing these products with you all. This is from Being Frenchy, which is Ashley Tisdale's line that's sold at Target. This is the Soothe and Comfort Cashmere Vanilla Scent, and this is their hand serum infused with squalene and shea butter. I love quite a few products from Being Frenchy, but I had always wanted to try the Cashmere Vanilla Scent because I felt like it was going to be my favorite, and everybody and their mother was talking about it, but it's sold out everywhere. But I was dying to try at least one product from that scent line just so that I could see what it smelled like. And about a month ago, I was at my Target and I saw that they had the hand cream in the Cashmere Vanilla fragrance. So I wasn't even originally like interested in picking this up because it was a hand cream necessarily, although I do really like hand creams. Originally, I was just more intrigued by the scent. However, you guys, okay, yes, it smells amazing. Let's get that out of the way. This hand cream is so freaking good. It is so hydrating, and yet it feels weightless on the skin. It's not greasy, so your hands don't get all slippery or feel like they have like a film over them. It's almost like a lightweight kind of like gel consistency. Let me see if I can show you. You see that? Like, it's not a super thick lotion. Like, it definitely almost kind of looks like a gel, but I promise you, it's so moisturizing, it's so hydrating. This has been living by my bedside, but I've also taken it with me in my purse when I'm traveling this upcoming week on the airplane. This is 100% coming with me, and yes, it does smell amazing. The Cashmere Vanilla Scent, 10 out of 10. Might be my favorite fragrance from the entire line. I definitely want to pick up more in that fragrance if it's ever available and stop selling out. I mean, good for Ashley. We love her, but like I definitely want some more products. But anyways, this hand cream, so good, super affordable, like drugstore pricing. Okay, let's move on to fragrance and perfume. There's only one thing that I have to share with you all. I did debate on whether or not to include it in this video because it is hands down like the most expensive item in this video, and it is definitely an investment. However, I personally think it is so worth it, and it is a item, or I guess items, that I have just really been enjoying. I did originally receive this item because I did a TikTok partnership with them. However, prior to that, I was actually about to purchase this set for myself, by myself, with my own money, and it honestly was just kind of like the perfect timing where the brand ended up reaching out to me wanting to like particularly push this, and I was like, that's so random. So all that to say, if I didn't end up doing a social media partnership with them, I really was going to buy this with my own money, and I truly think it's so worth it, and I just wanted to talk about it and feature it in today's video. But it is from Dior. I mean, look at this just crisp white classic clean box. If you follow me on TikTok, you probably already know what this is, but it is the Discovery set, the fragrance Discovery set from the Private collection. So Dior has their regular perfumes and their regular fragrances that you could find at like Sephora and Nordstrom, but then they have their Private collection, which is also sold at Nordstrom, but it's also just on the Dior website as well. I believe that's the only two places you can find them, and they are essentially highly concentrated, beautifully crafted fragrances. They are a lot more expensive than the regular fragrances. They are all truly like such a work of art, and I'm somebody who is such a perfume and fragrance lover, and I really do appreciate them and kind of the art and the design behind them. I had been eyeing quite a few scents from the private collection. Every time I went into the Nordstrom here in New York City, I would smell like the same 3 fragrances, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so close to like finally biting the bullet and buying these, but they're so expensive. However, I know that they're so worth it, and they last such a long time on the skin. Like truly, some of these fragrances have like 24-hour lasting power. But when I saw that they had this fragrance discovery kit, the price of this is essentially the price of one like really big bottle for one of the fragrances. But this way you get a ton of them to try, and they're in these cute little like miniature bottles, so you can like travel with them or throw them in your purse. Like, look how cute these are. And yet they're still so luxurious. Like, they look exactly like the full-size bottles. They're just miniature. I know it doesn't look like I made a dent in much of these fragrances, but I swear I've been wearing them a lot. A little just goes a long way. These are perfection. Every single one is just unique and beautiful and stunning in their own way. I also love the box that it comes in, because I feel like it's just a really nice way to keep them organized and also display them if you wanted to. I feel like if you're a true perfume collector, or you have someone very dear to you who is, this would be just the perfect item to gift yourself or to gift them. So many fragrances. I believe they're all unisex as well. I'm so in love. I'm completely obsessed. Yes, it's expensive, but it's quality, and it's long lasting. It's just super luxe. I really have been loving this fragrance discovery set. Lastly, but certainly not least, let's get into makeup. My voice is already getting really tired. I've been chatting for a really long time, so I'm gonna try and kind of like, not rush through this, but kind of move through these a little bit quicker. I'm gonna try and go in order of like what I apply makeup wise. I don't know if that made sense, but let's start with foundation and concealers first. For foundations, I just have one, and I've really been loving this. Everything else that I've been using, I feel like I've talked about before and have been favorites for a really long time, so I wanted to talk about the one that is still slightly new to me. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. You guys know I love a good skin tint, especially as we go into the spring and summer. This skin tint is phenomenal for a variety of reasons. This definitely has more coverage than your average skin tint. I would say it's like a true medium coverage, but it feels weightless like a regular skin tint. It does say that it's a radiant skin tint. I would call this more of a natural, maybe even a soft matte, unless I'm using a radiant base underneath. That's not really like the finish that I get, if that makes sense. But I'm not mad at it, because it's not like flat matte. It's just not super glowy and radiant. However, it is so good. The applicator, it's like a little dropper, because it is a bit more of like a liquidy formula. I still don't love a dropper though, because I feel like you can't get all the product out, especially after you start to get to the bottom. I think if they were to redesign the packaging, I would just do like a squeezy tube, kind of similar to the Summer Fridays skin tint, but that's just me. But packaging aside, like, I am just obsessed with this. Also, the shade match is perfect for me. I have the shade Light 5, but it really is a true like light, medium, neutral. And then for concealers, I have two that I've really been enjoying for different reasons. On my face, for like spot concealing or days where I'm skipping foundation altogether, I've really been loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer. I have mine in the shade 5. Again, it's like a light, medium, neutral. Now, originally, I actually didn't like this concealer. Okay, quick little memory card change out, but we are back. I was talking about this concealer. Sorry about that, you guys. So initially, what's so funny is like, I didn't like this concealer. I filmed a first impressions TikTok where I was like, I honestly feel like this could be kind of a skip. But now, after using it for a while, I actually really love it, because I'm using it a little bit differently. The same as when I first used it and filmed a first impressions on my TikTok, I really don't like this underneath my eyes. I think it's way too heavy. It's too much coverage. It creases. It just doesn't look very nice. But originally, even when I was using it as a spot concealer, I was like, I don't know, like I feel like it's emphasizing my texture. It's almost too heavy. And then I realized all you really need with this concealer, at least for me, is just like the tiniest dot. And even then, unless I'm trying to cover up like a major breakout, I will still blend this out with a sponge, a damp beauty sponge, to take away some of the product even still. And even when you use just a teeny tiny amount, you still get beautiful coverage. It's a nice natural finish. It's not too luminous. It's not too matte. It has a pretty large pointed doe foot applicator, so kind of like Shape Tape, except it's like pointed at the top. But now that I'm using it in a way that I don't know if it's like the most correct, but it's what feels the best for me, I've actually really been loving it. And especially on the days where I've been skipping foundation and just kind of spot concealing, it's been really nice. As for underneath my eyes, oh my goodness, this stuff is so good. Again, I originally received this in PR, but I've been wearing it almost on the daily. I also know that quite a few of my other content creator friends have been loving this as well. This is from Glowish by Huda Beauty. It's like their sister company or sister line, and this is the Bright Light Sheer Concealer. I have a few shades, but the one that I've currently been gravitating towards is 02 Fair Light. So here is what the actual wand looks like. It's a really kind of interesting shape. It's like shorter, rounder, and like flatter on top. This concealer is so good. It is pretty light coverage wise, so if that's not your thing, I'd maybe skip this. However, I am obsessed with it. It's super glowy, but not too much. It's really natural looking. It reminds me of my Tarte Hydro Sealer, which you guys know I used to love, and they don't sell it anymore. But it's very similar to that, where it's super easy to blend out, it's weightless, it's hydrating, it's sheer, but it's not like zero coverage, if you know what I mean. I feel like this is such a win, and more people should absolutely be talking about it. Now, I do find that on my face as like a spot concealer, it's just not enough coverage for me, but underneath the eyes, it's perfect, and it's actually very buildable as well. I have two blushes to share with you all, both very, very different, but I've been loving them both equally. First up, we have the One Size Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio in the shade Attention Seeker. This recently went viral on TikTok as soon as it came out, and my Sephora happened to have it in stock. I feel like most of you already know what this looks like. It needs no introduction. Are you kidding me? First of all, even just like taking one quick look at it, you're like, oh, well, that's why it's a favorite. I have a few different colors of this blush trio actually. I really, really do love the formulas, but this colorway in particular has just been calling my name super frequently when I'm doing my makeup. It's that beautiful bubblegum Barbie pink blush that everybody and their mother has been loving for good reason. But what's really nice about this blush trio is you get 3 different formulas. You get a cream, you get a powder, and then you also get like a blush topper slash highlight. One Size just does it right when it comes to blushes. They're super pigmented, they're long wearing, they don't emphasize texture. If I'm doing like a monochromatic look, recently actually, I used this trio as my blush, but then I took the topper and actually put it on my eyes, and it was so pretty. Secondly, I have been loving the Benefit Shelly blush, and I ended up just kind of picking this out on a whim. I saw it on the gondola and I was like, that looks really pretty, and I can't remember the last time I tried a Benefit blush. Now, I will say, these blushes are pretty fragranced. I don't remember that being a thing when they like first came out, but maybe when they did that like big reformulation, maybe they added fragrance. For me, it doesn't bother me. I actually think it smells quite nice, but if you're sensitive to fragrance, maybe unfortunately you'd have to stay away. But this color, Shelly, is a beautiful, almost kind of like burnt coral. Like that's the best way that I would describe it, and it does have a little bit of shimmer in it. It's a perfect coral in the sense that it doesn't lean too orange. It does have like a nice peachy pink undertone to it. This is so pretty. This is the perfect blush color for me that makes my skin look like I've been sitting out in the sun. I got a little bit of natural color on my cheeks. It just like, it's very beachy vacation vibes. It is ultra pigmented, so definitely be careful when applying it so that you don't look like you like dunked your face in this. But if you carefully build it up, it is just absolutely stunning, and literally from the first time I used it, I was like, oh my god, this is everything. And I now want to pick up like so many other colors in this blush formula, but for now, this is fantastic. I haven't been wearing a ton of eyeshadow recently, which I know is like shocking because I love a good eyeshadow moment, but I feel like, you know, obviously on the days where I'm at Solid Core for like a full 8 hours in coaching, I don't wear any makeup. And on the days where I'm not working at Solid Core and I'm filming content for you guys, when I'm getting ready, unless I'm filming a tutorial or a get ready with me, I try and kind of do my makeup as fast as I can, just so that I can have as much time to film as possible. So I feel like I haven't been doing eyeshadow as much as I would like to, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been playing with eyeshadow recently, and when I have, I've actually been reaching for this drugstore eyeshadow quad. I feel like I have never been able to find eyeshadow from the drugstore that I have been impressed with, have loved, have not returned. And then I found this recently and I just picked it up on a whim, and now I've seen a ton of other people talking about this as well. It is so good, and it's from CoverGirl. These are their clean color eyeshadow quads, and this is in the shade 222 Dreamy Pink. So here is what the eyeshadow quad looks like. They do come in quite a few different colorways, but this one mostly consists of various shades of pink, and then we have kind of like a pinky brown here. This definitely gives me similar vibes to my Pillow Talk Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quad, which you guys know I love, but it is a little different. These colors are so good. Now I will say they don't swatch great on the hand. However, I've never been somebody who has just kind of assumed if they swatch bad on the hand, they won't perform well on the eyes, because it's two totally different things, right? So after swatching them, I was like, you know what? I don't love the way it looks on my hand, but let's just try it on the eyes. And like I said, I'm so impressed with these. They're super pigmented, so easy to blend, so buildable. I like that you get two different finishes. In this quad, you get two shimmers and two mattes. You can really create a full look with this. It's great for every day. I would say if I wanted to kind of take this into an evening look, I would grab a second palette just for something deeper. But for every day, especially like for travel on the go, so good. My eyebrows. You all know I'm very particular with my brows. I'm very picky about the products that I like to use for my brows. And this one, wow, it's so good. This is from NYX. Again, I filmed a recent first impressions with this that I posted on my TikTok, and I was like, where has this product been all my life? This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. I have mine in the shade Espresso. Here's what the packaging looks like. It is a super fine tip brow pen. You guys know there is a brow pen similar to this from MAC that I love. It is one of my favorite eyebrow products. This is essentially the same thing at like half the price. And dare I say I might actually like this more because the tip is even finer, and I think there's more product in this. Because it's so fine, you can really get in with like super detailed, realistic hair-like strokes. It's very pigmented. It's like fade resistant. I haven't dealt with like this not lasting on my brows all day. The color match for me is perfect. It's a super neutral brown undertone because my brows don't really pull cool or warm. I definitely think this is the best brow product I've ever tried from the drugstore, and it's now quickly become one of just like my top brow products of all time. And then as for mascara, you know, I've still been using my tried and true favorites, my Ilia mascara, Merit, Say Beauty, but I have also recently really been loving the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. First of all, this absolutely takes the grand prize for heaviest mascara packaging on the planet. It's literally like a metal tube. It really is heavy. Like, I had Kevin hold this yesterday and he was like, this is a makeup product. It's like a weapon. Again, this has been around for quite a while, and I remember I used this a few years ago. I bought a miniature size, and while I didn't hate it, it just didn't like impress me enough to buy it again. But then recently Milk Makeup sent me a super generous like PR package, and they had this in there. I was like, you know what? Let's try it again. I don't know if they maybe reformulated this slightly or my makeup preferences have just changed in the last few years, which is totally the case. But I am in love with this mascara. It is kind of messy application-wise. I feel like I'm pretty clean with my mascara application, but this, for some reason, it kind of gets all over at first. However, once you wipe that away, like once you wipe away excess that has ended up on your lids or whatever, you are left with the most gorgeous, full, fluffy lash look. The brush is pretty like wide and oversized. It's natural bristles and not rubber, which you guys know, that's typically my favorite. I feel like this formula just like coats the lashes super well. It's not too thick, so it's easy to kind of like build up and kind of take your time. I personally haven't dealt with like any flaking or runniness, but I don't really deal with that with most mascaras. I've been enjoying this though. I feel like it's just like a great solid mascara pick. Lip products, I have two. I've been really into lip glosses recently. When I'm filming, if I need my lips to last or like my lip look to last all day, I definitely am still a lover of lipsticks, liquid lipsticks. In fact, that's actually what I'm wearing today. But for everyday, day-to-day, especially for like easy lips in the summertime, lip gloss, the way to go. Let's actually start with the other CoverGirl product that I was kind of alluding to. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. I am not even kidding you. I have 6 different colors in this lip gloss formula because I am that obsessed. Today I figured I would show the one that I'm actually wearing over the liquid lipstick that I'm wearing. This is in the color 300 Acai You Later. Here is what the packaging looks like. First of all, let's talk about the applicator because it is so much fun. It's a super oversized applicator, but I feel like it just really like applies the lip gloss super well, and it just like glides over your lips. These are so good. They're super glossy, super hydrating. They almost kind of have the consistency of a lip oil rather than a lip gloss. So there's definitely that extra added like kind of cushiony, pillowy hydration to them. They definitely do have a decent amount of pigment. I would say they're still semi-sheer. They're not as thick as like, or as pigmented as like a full-on lip cream, but they're not sheer to the point that it looks like you have nothing on except for a clear gloss. These glosses are incredibly affordable. Oh, they're also not sticky, which like that's the biggest thing for me. Life is too short to wear sticky lip gloss. And yeah, I'm really just impressed with these. Again, CoverGirl, drugstore, just like you're impressing me so much. much. On the opposite end of the spectrum, this next lip gloss is definitely not drugstore, but it's a clean beauty brand that I have been loving, and I totally think it's worth the investment. So the lip gloss is from the brand Luna and Aster, which is a Blue Mercury exclusive. I've been talking about them a lot on TikTok just because I discovered them recently and I'm so impressed. They're called the Vitamin C Plus E lip glosses. I have 3 colors that I purchased myself, and then the last time I was at Blue Mercury, they actually gave me this miniature size as like a sample, and this is the one that I've actually, funny enough, been like wearing the most frequently recently, but I love all of them. I just figured I would share the one that I've been like reaching for the most. This is in the color CEO, and it's a beautiful kind of like mauve-y pink with definitely some like gold reflex in it. I don't know if you can see that. These smell like MAC lip glosses. Like, they definitely have a little bit of like a vanilla kind of birthday cake scent to them, which I am not mad at. These are stunning. Now these definitely have quite a bit more pigment than the CoverGirl lip glosses, just because these are more of a traditional gloss rather than like kind of semi-sheer oil, but they're super smooth and creamy. They're not sticky. They're gorgeous. I don't know, there's something about them that I really enjoy, and like I said, I've been really impressed with everything that I've tried from this brand recently. Like I said, I don't do sticky glosses, and these are not sticky. However, they are a little bit thicker than the CoverGirl Yummy glosses, so I would say the lasting power on these is just a little bit longer. There's just a little bit more of like a grip to them, if that makes sense. But again, not sponsored. I genuinely love this brand. I've spent so much of my own money on their products. If you have not explored Luna and Aster yet, I would totally recommend going to your nearest Blue Mercury and just kind of seeing what else they have. Their foundations are lovely. I have quite a few different like finishes and formulas from them. They have a blush that I am obsessed with that I'm going to be actually making a TikTok about in a little bit. Yeah, a great brand though, and I feel like, again, in the kind of lip gloss season, I just really wanted to make sure that I mentioned these. And that, you guys, completes all of my current beauty favorites. See, I told you, I could not combine my lifestyle items into this video. We'd be here for like 3 hours. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more from me on this channel. Please subscribe if you have not already, and go ahead and also follow me on all of my other social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse. I have an Amazon shop. So basically, always just like check out the description box for anywhere and everywhere that you can find me. I hope you all are having a lovely Sunday, or if you're not watching this on the day that it's uploaded, I just hope you're having a great day in general, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon in my next video. Okay, bye everybody.